Hi, my name is Kelly. Before working with Paul, I struggled with so many things. Um, Coming into working with him, I was dealing with a lot of health issues. I was a cancer survivor. I had spent a lot of my life really identifying with that illness. And what's amazing is that Paul truly helped me to step away from it and stop letting it define me. When I met Paul, I was in one of the darkest holes I've been in a long time. I think I sunk into a mild depression. I was just not eating right. I wasn't moving at all, really. It felt like this never ending vicious cycle. And I was staying up really late hours, sleeping in really late, all the typical things you would see with depression. But that was where I was at. So I met Paul literally like at zero. Um, but little did I know he was about to teach me a lot of really simple tricks that would change my life. So the change I'm most proud of, quite simply, is my mindset. I was really bitter and negative when I first met Paul. And I think deep down, I felt like something was missing. And I knew that I could be doing better. I knew that I could be striving for more. But I just truly felt like my outer circumstances wouldn't allow me to have that life that everyone else can have. Who am I to try for that when I can barely, get myself out of bed in the morning? And yes, I still am a person who struggles with health issues, but I don't let them define me. I believe that I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to try the best that I can, and I'm not going to give up. And that's the thing I've learned is resilience. It has been wonderful to fit that into my life and has given me hope. So, yeah, I've learned a lot of wonderful things. So, the results I've been able to achieve since working with Paul have been nothing short of life changing. And I know this sounds too good to be true, but in my case, it really is the truth. I experienced profound changes. So, as I said, I was at a very low place. I wasn't eating well, I wasn't exercising, and I really just didn't see my life moving forward in any way. And I felt stuck. But the more I talked to him, the more I realized he really believed in me. And that's how he is. That's what makes him so special. He has this way of knowing how to push you as a coach, but never, making you feel like, you have disappointed him or failed him in some way. So he helps me to achieve results in my mind. He changed my mindset around. And I firmly believe that if I had worked with a life coach during my cancer treatment, I guarantee you, I definitely would have a different perspective now. So if there's one thing I have discovered since working with Paul, it's that life coaching is so much more valuable than people understand. And the results I've been able to achieve since working with Paul have been astounding. I was emotionally eating, and it doesn't have to be these extreme diet changes. It literally was tiny changes. And that's what I loved about working with Paul. It was never about being on something restrictive, but something sustainable. And it it's also been incredible for my mental health as well. And that's probably one of the most beautiful results that have come out of this. So yeah, I've made a lot of changes, and I've lost 6 pounds, which is a big deal for me because I have a lot going on in my life. And even through just making little changes like this, I've been able to lose that weight. And I can only imagine the changes that will follow. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, and this is probably the result that I'm most proud of, is that I have refocused my life on things that I'm really passionate about. I never felt like I had the energy. I kept saying to myself, you're never going to feel ready, and you need to only do this when you have enough of yourself to give. But I finally realized, like, if I kept thinking that way, I don't know if I'm ever going to really feel ready. I think that's kind of one of the biggest results I've achieved, is learning that sometimes the way we make progress is by having small wins and small habits and not big ones. And before I worked with Paul, I think I felt like I literally had to do everything perfectly and intensely in order to achieve. And he said to me, you don't have to be perfect to win. And it's so true. And that is how you live a healthy and happy life.